So I'm taking Joe Marucci's deck.
Oh, okay.
It's
We're
definitely coming over here.
good guy versus bad guy scenario.
We got Storm.
How much hate do we have in Joe's sideboard? We have
Not too
two
much.
Crips. That's it.
Not too much,
Ooh.
but you know the decks that need to rely on more hate are the slower
The
decks.
fair decks, and he's Storm.
Storm can be just as fast as Dredge.
Dave
it
Long
looks
is up a game.
it looks like Dredge is up a game to the surprise of absolutely no one that's tuning in. Dredge has an astounding game 1 win rate.
I think I'm voting for the Dredge player. I mean, not voting for. It's the person I think is going to win, because obviously I want my man Joe to win. But
am I seeing an
I think
Oath
Dave
of
Long
Druids
might be the favorite.
over there? Yes, I am.
Oath of Druids. Yeah, he's playing Oath Paradoxical outcome.
I'm excited.
Yeah. This is where we talked about the fact that he could bounce his oaths with Paradoxical.
I'm glad he knows that going in.
Did not know that beforehand. Yeah. Spire of Industry, another great card for Vintage. Now that you can utilize your artifacts well.
Now, what does Spire of Industry do for the people who may
It's
not?
a land, taps for a colorless, or it taps for a mana of any color if you control an artifact and you pay 1 life. So it's just
way better than Glimmervoid.
Yeah, it's a better City of Brass, better Glimmervoid, better, what's the other, Mana Confluence. It just kind of does it all.
We're in a world where colorless matters now for Magic,
Yes,
right?
yeah, you want to be able to cast your Eldrazi sometimes. Does he have any of those in his list?
I don't believe he does.
Probably hard to fit those in with Oath.
Yeah, and there are better creatures to Oath up than
yeah, and in his
the Eldrazi that require colorless.
In his deck, he's just Oathing for Gristlebrand, right?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong at all. Some people have been trying some Sun Titan Saheeli shenanigans.
I have definitely played against that deck. It is very strong.
But Gristlebrand better?
Who doesn't love drawing cards?
Of course.
And unlike Sylvan Library, you pay 1 life, you get 1 card. With Grizzlebrand, with Yawgmoth's Bargain.
I do love me a draw 7.
Exactly.
All right.
So, looking at this match here, we've got Dave has an Icarid in play.
I think he's looking to pressure Joe. Above the misstep is, I believe, Joe's graveyard. That's not in play.
And Dave, playing smart, is not giving Joe the opportunity to trigger Oath of Druids by himself.
Right. Okay, so Joe just untapped a Grim Monolith that's slightly off camera.
Uh-huh.
And there is an Oath in play also. So it's funny that Joe was doing this to me all day yesterday. We kept yelling at a certain somebody for having cards off camera, and now Joe's doing it.
Unbelievable.
Oh.
But I'm sure we will.
We have our floor judges letting him know.
Our head of coverage is going to go over there and tell him.
Joe chuckle when this happens. He's going to be like, "Oh, Ely's probably
so wait for it.
Planning up a storm."
All right, so Dave chooses to activate Bazaar in the turn, and just trying to feed. Hey, thanks, Joe. We appreciate it.
We really do. We really do.
And now, fortunately, he's not dredging yet. He's just looking for some more creatures to feed Icarid. But
and Joe just needs a Forbidden Orchard here, right?
Sure.
I wonder if that Mana Crypt is going to end up taking him out of this.
Well, it certainly could.
His own Mana Crypt. Dave
will need to Bazaar some more to get some more black creatures for Icarid.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say there's always the risk that he hits Narcomoeba.
Right.
So you don't want Narcomoeba in play. At least not without it being at the end of Joe's next turn before you attack in for.
Do you think Dave knows his deck well enough to have boarded them out?
I don't think that is ever going to happen.
Okay.
I mean, Oath of Druids or no Oath of Druids, Narcomoeba is too important to dredge.
Cabal Therapy, that's a good addition.
Yep.
After we beat for 3, we can make sure Joe doesn't have anything.
Now, what's the card? The second to last card in his graveyard there. In between the Cabal Therapy and the Stinkweed Imp.
Is that a Golgari Thug?
It might be.
It is in the list, and I think that's the new promo picture.
Gotcha. So he fished his wish, and he has black creatures to remove for Icarid to keep putting pressure on. No bridge from belows to give him zombies. No
Right.
Narcomoebas revealed.
And he
no
doesn't want the
dredging.
bridge either.
You know, right?
Yeah, same reason with the Narcomoebas. That Oath gets online, and it's not good looking good.
Well, he should be flashing back Cabal Therapy here. Yep.
What do you kind of name in the blind here? Forcewell?
No, when I see Grim Monolith,
Ooh.
hey. So he did not name Force of Will. I think he's going to name Paradoxical Outcome there.
I think if that's the case, it's cast and already used. That's why I try to like reason what could be sitting in Joe's hand. And I think Forcewell is the thing I named. But
in this instance.
Yeah. Not that Forcewell is good here, but
no, but it's a card.
Right. If you're really wanting to hit something, it's a high likelihood. So looks like Dave Long is holding some counter magic. He has
he does
a
have
step and a Forcewell. Forcewell and Dredge.
It's exciting. He has 4 Mind Break traps as well.
Wow. This is not something you see every day.
No, and there have been Dredge players that have played similar lists with Force of Will. I have never seen a Dredge list that plays 4 Force of Will, 4 Mental Misstep, 4 Mind Break Trap.
Right. His blue count is only 12. He's playing 16.
Well, not counting Narcomoeba.
Yeah,
right?
16. Okay.
But that's not a lot.
Still low. Yeah, that's the bottom of what you need to be at.
Interestingly, he's choosing to play with 2 Leyline of the Void.
Mm-hmm.
He has 2 main deck. As far as Leylines go, no matter what Leyline it is, I'm a fan of 4 or 0 as far as the Leyline plan.
Otherwise, it's just awkward.
So he chose to name Oath of Druids with that Cabal Therapy.
Which, with an Oath on the table already, I mean, it would be a card also that he would just be holding randomly, but not really be a relevant spell to change the game.
So Joe is at 8 right now.
I'm not sure.
Like if I were Dave and I were playing Dredge right now, at the end of turn, I would probably be bizarring, dredging both Grave Shoals, upkeep.
Yeah.
And really try to push through.
You would go for it?
Because I think when you can see 24 cards, or no, even more than that, 30 cards and counting your draw step, I think that knowing his deck, and now, is he playing a Flamekin Zealot? You know, is he on that plan? So he's not. Dave's targets are Elish Norn and Dragon Lord Kolaghan. So he doesn't have a way for all his zombies to immediately turn sideways and kill Joe.
So Joe's actually at 2. So this is a much closer game. I believe a Merchant Scroll was just cast, and we went to grab
probably a Paradoxical Outcome.
A Memory's Journey, I want to say.
Do we? Okay. Just trying to get rid of that.
So he didn't reveal the blue, the instant. So blue instant. So Dave is like, "Hey, that's supposed to happen. What's going to be the penalty here?" We had him on camera, so we can kind of instruct them about that it was a legal target, but we're going to see how that plays out.
Oh, Memory's Journey is definitely a blue instant. You're definitely allowed to get it.
He thought about it, but went for the Paradoxical Outcome. Yeah. So I think we're going to see him bounce his Oath of Druids here, too.
I'm excited.
Kind of like the way we taught him to do it. And I would like Joe to come over here and thank me for this afterwards, especially if that
extra
one
card
makes the difference.
Hopefully he draws them one at a time so we can see that.
That would be spicy. Yeah. So Paradoxical Outcome is going to net him 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. So it's going to cost free. It's going to literally cost
draw
blue
4 cards.
into colorless, draw 4 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's better than Ancestral Recall.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah. I think the downside is he's going to have to try to find some good pieces to make the rest of this come together. Otherwise, he's in trouble, and he's operating at a very
Right.
low life total.
And
So,
I think Paradoxical Outcome was the right choice here because even if he Memories Journeys the Icarid and buys himself some time there,
his own Mana
he's still got Mana
Crypts.
Crypt in play.
Yeah.
That's an unforgiving card.
Doesn't have to replay his Mana Crypt afterwards, which is a nice thing. Frequently, a reason many people were cutting Mana Crypt was it was just staying on the table and killing them. So having access to Paradoxical takes away that possibility, which is great.
I mean, I will play Mana Crypt every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
In a deck, not necessarily play it if you don't have anything to do with it, but
Of course, I agree with you. I think the card is fantastic, but it's weird how we used to see every piece of the Power 9 in everybody's deck, and that's just not the case anymore.
right. Well, as decks have moved away from that big blue type of combo deck or that Tezzeret deck
Yeah.
that requires you to cast 4 or 5 mana spells, it's not so relevant now. Now we're at Mentor.
Right.
We're at 2 colorless and a white.
But that's the weird part. It's good with Mentor, too.
Oh, it is. It is, but Mana Crypt excels at pushing up into that 4 or 5 CMC
Yeah.
spell that that Mentor just doesn't need. And if it leaves you room for another Fragmentize, then
So it looks like they're explaining to the judge what's going to happen. And it looks like they shuffled something back into the deck, possibly his whole hand. And now they're going to go do a new Merchant Scroll, is my guess. Okay.
that's probably what the proper fix was. If Joe's not going to reveal a card. And now Dave knew he had Force of Will, but
Right. Maybe they isolated out the Force of Will and took both the rest of the cards in his hand, shuffled
Sure.
them in, and then are Merchant Scrolling for a legal target.
that's why proper technical play is important.
Yes. Proper...
If you mulligan after a Wheel of Fortune, your hand just goes away.
Okay, so let's see what he does. Pick up the oath. Pick up the oath.
Let's see what he chooses to target. And the Dredge player shows him a Force of Will. Oh, it's a brave new world.
Oh, sorry, Joe. We were rooting for you.